Welcome back to National Report. We are currently waiting on President Biden to give a statement at the White House and update us on the situation in Kentucky and the surrounding states. When that press conference does start, we will, of course, be bringing it to you live. But for now, until that happens, we want to bring you a story of heroism and courage. Now, Sam Brown joined West Point Academy after the September 11th 2001 terror attacks. And now in 2008, he was deployed to Afghanistan, where he rose to the ranks and became a captain in the U.S. Army. But Sam nearly lost his life after he was ambushed. His vehicle ran over an IED, an improvised explosive device, blowing up and killing one of his soldiers and leaving 4 of his men wounded. Sam survived, but he suffered severe burns all over his face and his body. Sam is now a Republican candidate running for Senate in Nevada, and Sam joins us now. Sam, welcome to National Report, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on.
Now, what a story you have. You are such an incredibly brave and resilient person. Tell us why you joined the Army, and tell us about your story and your road to recovery.
You know, my journey really started in high school when I'd been raised by parents that taught me the importance of serving my country. I was a senior in high school when our country was attacked on 9/11. And so I started at West Point, my journey of, education of being a leader and a future Army officer in 2002, and was commissioned in 2006. And then, had the great honor to lead soldiers in Kandahar, Afghanistan in 2008, which is where, unfortunately, I lost 1 soldier and 4 of us were wounded. But my entire purpose was, to do what I believed was right for our country, and also to just serve the people of Afghanistan.
Now, Sam, you bravely served in Afghanistan. I want you to weigh in on the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, where 13 U.S. service members where they really made the ultimate sacrifice there.
Yeah, the withdrawal, I think, kind of brought to head what was years and years of bad policy and, frankly, poor leadership. And I attribute one of those reasons to lack of experience and, veterans in Congress. Our military, one of the hallmarks of it is that it's a civilian-led military. And so Congress plays a very active role in how we deploy what our foreign policy is. And we're at near record lows of veterans in Congress as we speak. And so that is one of my motivations for running, is that I think that our country and leadership don't understand the cost of what they've asked young men and women to do, who have nobly and for good purposes, signed up and raised their right hand and put their life on the dotted line. And yesterday, I happened to be in New York City, and my wife and I went and visited the 9/11 memorial, and it just, reminded me a journey that started for so many Americans, 2 decades ago. There's still costs to that sacrifice.
And I can just imagine that would have just been such an emotional and chilling time for you to be at that 9/11 memorial there in New York for you. Now, you're running for Senate in Nevada. Now, what makes you the top candidate there?
I am the top candidate because I'm a champion for the people, because I represent the people, and not only through my service, but after I was retired from the military. I'm a family guy. I've got a wife, 3 kids. Our kids go to have gone to the schools here, and I'm also a small business owner. When I talk about we need more veterans in Congress, we also need more small business owners, people who actually produce things, have services that deliver on behalf of Americans and make this country great. And that's one of the things that I think we've lost in Congress is we're being led by this political elite group who are out of touch with everyday Americans, and in my case, everyday Nevadans. And our message is connecting and resonating. We have a campaign that is on the ground with volunteers, knocking doors, making phone calls. There's no other campaign for Senate in the state that is doing more than we are right now. And I invite anyone, whether they're in Nevada, in this key battleground state, where it's one of 4 states that we really feel like we have an opportunity to defeat a Democrat incumbent, and regain a majority in the U.S. Senate, join our movement at CaptainSamBrown.com.
Well, Sam, you're an incredibly inspiring individual, and your story is something that I think will really capture the hearts of many people, not just in Nevada, but really across the country. So I do wish you all the best, and thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you so much.